Hello everyone, this is Mutuza Khadri. Welcome you all to Civil Sara. So today we are gonna discuss about what is El Nino, what is La Nina, and what is ENSO. So if you are new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button, like and share among your friends. So let's understand what are the details we are going to discuss in this video. So the first detail is what is El Nino, what is La Nina, and what is ENSO, how does it occurs, what are the impacts of these onto the world and on India, and what is the El Nino relation with the Indian monsoon. So the first thing is what is El Nino, what is ENSO and La Nina. El Nino and La Nina are the weather phenomenon that occurs in the equatorial Pacific. As a result, due to changes in the ocean temperature, there will be a change in the ocean temperature in the equatorial Pacific, due to which the El Nino and La Nina weather conditions occurs. And these two are the two phases of El Nino Southern Oscillation cycles, and these two are opposite to each other of the El Nino Southern Oscillation phenomenon. And in the east and the central equatorial Pacific of the ENSO cycle depicts there is a temperature change between the ocean and the atmosphere. There will be a temperature change in the ocean and the atmosphere. So let's discuss what is El Nino. El Nino is a climate pattern that describes due to there is an unusual warming of the surface of water in the eastern Pacific Ocean. In the eastern Pacific Ocean, there will be an unusual warming of the surface. So it is the warm phase of the larger phenomena known as ENSO. Where does this El Nino, what does this El Nino name come from? The name comes from the Spanish immigrants, means little boy. The Spanish name little boy. So the El Nino event is not a regular cycle. It is not predictable. It occurs irregularly, and it occurs every 2 to 7 years interval. It occurs in 2 to 7 years interval. So how does this occur? When the coastal water becomes warmer in the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean, the atmospheric pressure above the ocean decreases. There will be a low pressure area in the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean, due to which the El Nino occurs. And climatologists define this phenomena as El Nino Southern Oscillation. So let's understand the El Nino. How does it occurs? To understand this, what is El Nino and how does it occurs, let us understand it in three phases. Like in the first thing is normal condition, the second is El Nino condition, and the third is La Nina condition. What will happen during the normal condition? In the normal condition, there will be a cold Peruvian current which passes over the western border of the Peru, and there will be a warm Australian current over the eastern border of the Australia, and there will be a trade winds moving from east to west. Due to these trade winds, the warm water over this Peruvian coast will move towards the eastern part of the Australia, and there will be and it creates a void over the western part of the western part of the Peru. Let's understand in some other way, like this is Australia and this is Pacific, and when the warm water over the equator, it moves towards the Australia, there will be a void over this, and to fill the void, the water from below, it gets upwelled and it moves towards the top, and it brings too much of nutrients over to the Pacific coast. Hence the fishes come in search of these nutrients, and it creates a fishing industry. There will be a fishing industry which is world famous over this Peruvian coast due to the upwelling phenomena. This is the normal condition, and due to this normal condition, like it creates a high pressure over the Peruvian coast, and there will be a low pressure over the Australia. Hence the trade winds takes the warm water from the Peruvian coast to the East Australia, and there will be a cloud formation over this area, and huge rainfall occurs over the Australia. This is the normal condition. What is El Nino? What will happen during this El Nino phase? During the El Nino phase, the cold Peruvian current, it gets demolished. It gets replaced by warm Peruvian current. There will be a warm Peruvian current, and the trade winds weakens. It creates a low pressure. It creates a low pressure in the Western Pacific Ocean, and the trade winds also weakens. Hence the water from this Australia moves towards the Peru, as it creates a huge low pressure, and due to which the warm water from this Australia also moves towards the Peru, due to which this warm water, there will be a rise in temperature, and there will be a huge cloud formation occurs over the Peruvian coast, and there will be a huge rainfall like rainfall which creates a catastrophic flood-like situation occurs over this western Peruvian coast, and there will be a downwelling, occurs over this Peruvian coast, and the fishing industry also deteriorates at this time. This phase of floods, and this condition is known as El Nino. And the other thing is, what is ENSO? ENSO, El Nino Southern Oscillation. What is this El Nino Southern Oscillation? As we know that the El Nino occurs in the southern hemisphere. What will happen during the southern hemisphere? Let us consider this is the sea water, and during the El Nino phase, the water from this Australia, it moves, it rises, that there will be a rise in the sea level over the Peruvian coast, and at some part of time, and it will also move this there will be a rise in the water over the Australia at some point of time. This oscillation of water from one coast to other coast is known as El Nino Southern Oscillation. It has been recognized by the fishermen over the Peruvian coast. So this is known as El Nino Southern Oscillation. So let's understand what is La Nina. La Nina is the post phase of El Nino. Like after the El Nino, the trade winds it gets recovered. The trade winds get recovered, and there will be a cold Peruvian current which occurs over this Peruvian coast, and due to which there will be a low pressure occurs over the Australia and high pressure in the Pacific Ocean, and due to which there will be a huge cloud formation and rainfall occurs over the Australia. So this phase, there is a recovery of this trade winds. It also creates a huge amount of rainfall over the Australia, and it creates floods over the Australian coast. This is known as La Nina. Let us understand what is La Nina in detailed manner. Like La Nina means a little girl in Spanish, and it also called as a cold event. And the La Nina represents the periods where there is a below average sea surface temperature, and it occurs in the eastern and central Pacific Ocean. Like there will be a below average sea surface temperature across the eastern and southern Pacific Ocean. Let us understand what are the conditions of La Nina. La Nina conditions are there is a cooler than normal water in the tropical Pacific. Like there will be the water in the tropical Pacific, eastern Pacific Ocean will be cooler than the normal water. And the other condition is, it is characterized by there is a lower than normal air pressure. There is a low pressure over the western Pacific Ocean, and this low pressure zone contribute to the increased in rainfall over the western Pacific. So I hope you understood what is La Nina and what is El Nino and ENSO. So let's understand what is the impact of El Nino and La Nina all across the globe. As we have discussed that during the El Nino, there will be a huge amount of catastrophic flood occurs over the Peruvian coast, and there will be a drought-like condition in Australia and even in India. Like what is the reason for the drought-like conditions in India? As the rainfalls in India has been mainly dependent upon the monsoon. For the monsoons to occur, one of the major reason is there will be a high pressure in the Madagascar region, and there will be a low pressure which occurs due to huge amount of high temperature during the summer in the Asian continent. Due to this high temperature, there will be a low pressure area create over the China and India. Hence, the rainfall occurs. The trade winds takes the moisture from this high pressure area towards the low pressure area during the normal monsoon condition. During the El Nino, as there is a low pressure area created over the Pacific Ocean, it is huge. It is more than that of the low pressure area of India. Hence, the moisture from this Madagascar region, it takes and moves towards the Peruvian coast. Hence, there is a drought-like condition occurs during the India and even in Australia. I hope you understood the impact of El Nino. And what happens during La Nina is, during the La Nina, there is a drought-like condition in the Peruvian coast, and there is a floods. There are floods over India and Australia. So these are the impacts of El Nino and La Nina all over the world. So let's understand what is the impact of ENSO and Indian monsoon. ENSO, like El Nino, has the strong El Nino events contribute to a weaker monsoon and in the Indian and Southeast Asia. And in the La Nina year, the rainfall associated with the summer monsoon in the Southeast Asia tend to be greater than normal. Like there will be a huge rainfall than the normal condition over India and Bangladesh. So this is the relation between ENSO and India. So I hope you understood what is ENSO and what are its impacts and how does it occur. So if you like my lecture, please do like, share and subscribe the video. If you have any doubts and queries, please do comment in the comment section below. So you can contact us by following us on Instagram through these links, and you can also catch the PDF of this lecture at the Telegram channel. So thank you very much. Your response has been amazing. See you in the next video.